everyone, it's Electra and this is day 10. Okay, so how to get organized. You're talking to people, things are starting to roll a little bit, you're excited, you're posting, and now you've got like names everywhere and you're like, oh my goodness, what? How do I remember who's who and who's in my challenge group and who my coaches are, and I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so let's get you organized. Every single person in this business organizes themselves differently based on their personality and how they think and how they learn and remember things. And I have tried like 4 or 5 different systems because organization has been a tough sticking point for me. And so I know that this is something that I have to get better at, and I work at that every day. There's going to be something in the business that you're not like a pro at, and you're going to have to, finagle around and try some different things and see what works for you. I have found that Google spreadsheets and paper work for me. I know a lot of people use Excel. A lot of people use a business activity tracker. And for me, I tried those and they didn't work for me as well as they work, but not as well as the Google spreadsheets and the paper. So what I do is I have a list, and it's thousands and thousands of names. And where does that come from? We talked about how to get this list, your memory jogger and all your Facebook friends and all the people you know in real life and so forth. So these names, all I do next to them, there are 3 columns, okay? There's the action, and there's 3 actions. Non-Beachbody message, just a reach out, a challenge group invite, or a coach invite. That's all you put in that column. The next column is the date. Easy enough. And then the column after that is their response. Not right now or yes. And if yes, you put the date they're going to start in their challenge group. And then if no, you're going to put, the main reason why. Money, time. And that way, we all know that no's just mean not right now. So that when you go back to that person, you're like, well, I know that money was an issue, and then you'll talk with them about that going forward. So that's how I use my spreadsheets. And then I have paper. I do a very similar fashion on paper. And I kind of have in my notebooks, I have like a section for each month and each challenge group and my coaches. I also have a whiteboard where I have my coaches laid out like big so I can see my downline on my left and my right leg, my strong and my weak. And, it's important for me to see that visual because for me, the team is the most important building block of this business. And so for me to visually see where I am helps me because I'm a very visual person. So everyone's really different. I know that a lot of coaches have had huge success with Asana. It's Asana. And it takes a little bit of time and it's very tedious to get all the names into it, but once you do, I have heard that it like blows your mind. So that is on my list of things to try, and I would highly suggest you look into it, especially if organization is not your strong suit and like remembering to follow up is tough for you. That is a huge tool. I know that my coach has a really tough time with organization. She tried that and she's like golden. So I would definitely try Asana. Look at Google Docs, look at Excel, look into a paper or business activity tracker, which you can find in the Coach Online Office. And you just kind of have to find what works for you. But let me tell you from experience, don't just let the names float around in your messages because they get lost, they get buried. And then you're like, oh my God, I never checked in with that person. I didn't follow up with them. And then they get lost in the mix. And let me tell you, do not drop the ball on people. They are trusting you with their journey. They're vulnerable and they're trusting you, and you need to keep up with them. If they are giving you the power to help them, you need to help them. And you can't just let them fall in through the cracks. So however you get organized and whatever works for you, it's really important to get organized as soon as you can in the business because the further you get along, the more difficult it is to backtrack with all those names. So I would love to hear what works for you because I'd love to try it. Okay, good luck.